Today I'm going to speak to you a bit about a passion of mine that I haven't really talked about before, which is birding. I have always loved birds, but not until just 4 years ago did I become a member of ornithology camp called the Sea and Sage Audubon Society. We go there every summer for 2 weeks, and we learn about birds, their breeding habits, their habitats, their field marks, and some topography. Topography is basically the anatomy of a bird. There's the speculum, the crown up here, the forehead and the nostril, and so on. For instance, the speculum and the undertail coverts as well. Although I would love to teach you some topography, it took me about a week myself to learn it. And when I say a week, I literally mean 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. So instead, I'm going to teach you about some common backyard birds that you can see in the street, outside the store even. So first, there's a little black and white bird called the black phoebe. I'm sure you've probably seen this before. He's very common. The black phoebe is a bird in the tyrant flycatcher family, which means he just flies around basically all day looking for flies and other insects about that size. You say, how can I remember this bird? Well, the answer is all in his name. He wears a black tuxedo and a white cute little shirt underneath. And when he flies around to eat, you can probably guess what his call is. His call is Phoebe, Phoebe, like really fast and short. So another bird that I enjoy looking at is the house finch, and I've already seen 3 of these today. It's a little red-headed bird, and you can always tell where he is because he sticks on the ground a lot. House finches are small birds that collect at feeders or perch high in nearby trees. When they are not at feeders, they feed on the ground, on weed stalks, or in trees. They move fairly slow and sit still as they shell seeds by crushing them with quick, hard bites. Now I'm going to speak to you about another bird which I don't particularly like. It is called the great-tailed grackle. It's known for its very long tail. And this bird has a large variety of calls, some very melodic, but is considered to be a noisy pest species to some. So, if you'd like, I'll explain to you exactly why he's considered to be such a pest. Imagine little fledgling campers who are 6 and 7 years old walking around the nature trails, and they hear a western scrub jay. They call to the teacher and tell the teacher that they've heard an endangered bird crying out. Okay, so then the great-tailed grackle comes walking out of the bushes, and everyone realizes that it's only the great-tailed grackle mimicking the western scrub jay, or the other bird whatever other bird he's trying to mimic. So, another thing that we do at camp is, last summer, my group, we planted some native grasslands, and we planted them when they were only about that high, but now they've really grown. And the reason that there's not so many is because the pesky little rabbits came in and they dug most of them up, actually. Here is one of our rooms in our camp, and there's our stuffed Canada goose right in the back there. And you say, what are those microscopes for? Well, actually, the microscopes aren't for what you might think they're for. They're actually for investigating and examining owl pellets and bird droppings. So now, another thing that we do at camp is once a year they bring in wood little carvings, and we paint them to be a specific bird. That's what I have in here, some of my favorite ones. Our most recent one was the white-crowned sparrow. This is what it's supposed to look like, and I think we all did a pretty good job. This is my version of it. So we worked on it for 2 days, and the bird that we did the year before that is the yellow-rusted chat. Now this is another bird that can be identified just by his name. He is known for his bright yellow breast, and when he flies around, he sings cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha really fast, and you can always tell that it's him just when he's in the bushes. And he's actually much larger than this. He's about that long and that high, and I've seen him only a few times in my life. He's kind of hard to spot. So, as I have a couple more minutes, I will show you us to chat, some of his topography is that he is known for, of course, his yellow breast, which I mentioned, his white belly, and his greenish rump and pectoral feathers. He's also known for having a greenish tail, although right here it looks pretty gray to me, but he has a green undertail. He has yellow undertail coverts, but you can see them better on my version of him. I've seen them when I saw the actual bird. It's kind of hard to notice, though. So I hope when you leave today that you feel more knowledgeable about birds and the species and topology. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask me afterward. Thank you.